Hey, so what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 43 of the Billy Rickman Show podcast. And you'll notice today is the first day I'm also uploading to YouTube. So I have a secret kind of plan that I want to really focus on a lot more different social media platforms this year. And I really want to get to reach so many different people. So the plan's always I speak about this all the time where I say people on Facebook are always on Facebook, right? And people on Twitter are always on Twitter, and people on Instagram are always on Instagram, and a lot of time people on YouTube, we've all been there on YouTube, where you just get sucked into this vortex on YouTube where you just go down the rabbit hole and you can't stop watching videos, and one leads to another, right? And so there's all these different audiences on all these different platforms. So I really wanted to make sure I cover all of them, and make sure that people on all the different platforms get to see my message and what I'm doing. So so this is going to be on YouTube now. I'm going to try and do these daily, and what I'm going to do is just grab the audio and put it onto my podcast. If you're not subscribing to my podcast, if you don't have time to watch these videos, you can do it on iTunes or on Android. Just look up the Billy Rickman Show podcast, and you'll be able to see it there. So that is what I'm doing, and so it kind of feeds into a little bit to the message I wanted to share today, which is about thinking big and how small think can massively impact your business and massively impact your ability to have success. And so it's hugely dangerous. It's massively dangerous to small think. And it's amazing what happens when you start to think bigger about your business. And so there's a question what comes first, thinking big or belief or results? And so that's ultimately a lot of people, what ends up happening is they run their business and they have these small goals, right? They achieve their goals, achieve these small goals, it gives them a little bit of belief, and they increase their goals a little bit bigger. And then they get some results. But the thing is, it's such a slow process. And what I would argue is that you should flip that around. Start your business by having massive goals. And, I've seen it myself in the coaching, in the inner circle coaching the last couple of months, where, people who started with my coaching only 2 months ago, they started doing it and their business was doing $25,000 a month. And now we're 2-3 months in and we're talking about making $100,000 a month goals. And I actually think in 6 months that they're going to achieve it. I had another lady in Adelaide, and she said to me the other day, in the first 2 months of doing the coaching, she's gone from doing $20,000 a month now to her last month to $36,000 a month. And the goals we've set for next month, because she's launching some new stuff, is we're going to be starting to push to $60,000 a month. And so, and I see it even on a smaller scale with home salons, and sorry for making you dizzy, I'm just doing laps, walking up and down the street outside my office on the Gold Coast. And so I see it all the time where people start to shift their mentality, start to shift their goals and beliefs. And but what I think happens as well is that, oh, sorry, I was talking about home salons. That's right, I lost track when I did that U-turn up there. Even little home salons, some people who started my coaching a month ago, and they had 0 bookings, and now they're starting to set goals for $10,000, $15,000 a month in a short period of time. And I think one of the reasons why that's the case is I give them some strategy, but also a belief that they can achieve bigger than they expected themselves. I give them that belief that they can do better and be better and attain more. And by giving them that belief, we set their actions to be bigger, right? And so the things that they normally expect of themselves is I push them outside their comfort zone to do more and be more, and no, that's not good enough. You need to reach further and get more done, and don't just I'm doing with YouTube here, and I do my podcasts and my blogs and all the rest of it. Some people say, I don't have a Twitter account, or I don't have a LinkedIn account, or I don't have all these social media platform accounts. I'll do that when I get to a certain point. But that's the wrong way to look at it. You should be doing that now to get to that next point. So, truck going past. So in order for you to get to that next point, you should be doing that now. And so when you, and so the other side of that is that if you have a goal to achieve $10,000 a month in sales, and you get halfway through that goal and you've hit $3,000, then more than likely, you're just going to continue to kind of go along and plod along, and then you get to 3/4 of the way through the month, and you're like, oh yeah, I need another $3,000, and you'll kind of push towards getting that $10,000. And so it's not, and if you achieve $10,000, then great, you've achieved $10,000. But what if you set your goal at making $50,000 that month and you came short? Like, that's the question. Like, do you want to feel good or do you want to achieve more? Like, do you want a temporary feeling of like accomplishment, which is important? It's important to have those small wins. Do you want to have a temporary feeling of accomplishment, or would you prefer long term to have massive results? And what I mean by that is, like, you can either make that $10,000 goal that you set for yourself, that small little goal, and say, yeah, I'm going to achieve $10,000 this month, and make that your small goal and achieve it. Or you could set your goal at $50,000 for the month and come short, but you may make $25,000, right? What's better? Is it better to fall short of a $50,000 goal and make $25,000, or is it better to achieve a $10,000 goal and you're left with $10,000, right? Obviously, the answer, in my opinion anyway, is that you want to achieve. It's better to have a massive goal and fall short of it than it is to have a small goal and achieve it. So, what I really want to do and share with you guys today in this message is to start to think bigger about your goals. Start to set your like what you're trying to achieve at bigger levels. Like, so it forces you to take bigger action, so that you're not just kind of, plodding along and then waiting for your success. Your success will come faster if you push yourself out of your comfort zone and set yourself bigger goals to achieve, because it will make you take bigger action. So when you get halfway through the month, if your goal set at $30,000, you're sitting at $7,000, then you're probably going to push a lot harder to get close to that to get to that 30,000. If your goal is $10,000, you're sitting at 7,000, you'll probably just do the bare minimum to make sure you hit $10,000. So I really want you to listen to this message today, and I want you to start to think about your goals and like how small think is dangerous for your business, how small think is dangerous to your success. I want you to start thinking bigger, and don't worry if you don't hit your goals, because when you start to think bigger and you start to, imagine yourself achieving more, and when you sit down to achieve your monthly targets or your monthly budgets, and say, what am I going to do, or my quarterly budgets, my quarterly targets, like how much am I going to do, what's my profit going to be, whatever you want to do, like double it, triple it, and then aim for that, because I promise you, it will force you to take bigger action. It will force you to look at the actions you are taking and say, is it enough? Am I doing enough? Like, should I make an extra 10 phone calls? And if your goal is small, if your goal is to achieve a small amount, then you're probably going to make 20 phone calls, right? If your goal is a massive amount, then you're probably going to sit there and go, shit, I need to make 100 phone calls. And, do I need to do this Facebook campaign? Well, yeah, you do if you want to make $100,000 this month. Or do I, if my goal is set at $10,000, do I need to do this Facebook campaign? Probably not. And you'll sit down and you'll rest on your laurels because your goals are small. So I really want to encourage this message today, and I really, really want you guys to look at it and go, okay, what have I set for my goals? Now let's amplify them. And now let's have a look at the actions required to achieve those goals. And what do I need to, are my actions big enough? Am I taking big enough action? And for the first couple of months, you'll probably fall short of them. And that's okay. I fall short of my goals all the time, but my targets I set for myself are insanely high. Like I've got this Sell and Growth seminar coming up, and I've set my target for, I want to make $400,000 from these Sell and Growth seminars. And some people might go, well, that's a lot, that's ambitious. But I'd rather set my goals at $400,000 and make $100,000 than I would set my goals at, $50,000 and achieve it. So look at your goals, look at your targets, and set yourself up for success. Don't wait to become big. Don't wait for success before you have a belief and then you start setting bigger goals. Flip it around, start setting bigger goals and push towards them. And if you feel crappy that you don't achieve them, I promise you that feeling will go away once you start to see how much your business increases, once you take a backward step and you look at a different perspective and you see how much your business has increased. So that's my message today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like, as always, share. And if you're on YouTube now, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on podcast, subscribe to my podcast. And always don't forget to share it, because that's how I know what you love and what you want me to do more of. So have an awesome day today, guys, and tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's episode. See you guys. Bye-bye.